Okay, starting.
Alright, this is Jorg the Jackal.
And Dereko.
In Modern Philosophies of Jackal.
And Dereko. Oh, shoot.
That worked pretty damn well. Okay, so... you like anime?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I haven't been able to appreciate anime as much as I'd like to.
I was arrested at a Comic-Con once.
What?
Yeah, I never told you this.
Really?
Seriously. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Okay, since this topic is up, I was arrested for... I was accused of stealing. And the problem is, I was caught buying something, but I had a bag full of things I stole. That's how much I appreciate anime.
Wait. Okay.
It was 2008. It was the year I came to Missouri. Yes, we live in Missouri. Yes, I was my friend Dave was dressed up as Edward from Full Metal Alchemist mixed with Ash from Evil Dead. I remember that because he gave me a piece of chicken, and I thought that was amazing. And I was arrested, and I was literally everybody. I got a standing ovation because I was the first man in the universe to get arrested at a Comic-Con.
wait, was it Comic-Con at California or
Phoenix? Phoenix Comic-Con.
They have Comic-Con in Phoenix?
Yeah, it's not as big, but it's pretty cool. Oh. That's how much I love anime.
Yeah, I've only been to two NakaCon twice. The first time I went with my friend Alex and his brother. Called him Jarrell.
Quote unquote brother.
Well, I mean they've known each other long enough, so they're practically like familia. So they would dress like normally how I would, Joker paint stuff, But I was dressed in a full costume I saved from Halloween at the time. It was pretty neat. I had a long black cloak and a pair of glasses that were battery operated that glue red. The only problem was that they would like fade in and fade out, so I couldn't keep them on long enough. So I every now and then I keep pressing the button to give it the impression that I was blinking, but I'd be blinking too long, and I broke the switch eventually.
Yeah.
But it turns out every anime convention you go to, the more you look like a demon of darkness, the more chicks will hit on you.
Yeah, I've noticed that. There was this guy, I think I told you this before, a guy that was dressed in nothing but a Speedo and a blue wig, and chicks were hitting on him. And he was hairy, dude, too, and he was fat.
Okay.
And every girl hit on him. Even the guy that was dressed up as a woman hit on him.
Okay, the last one I went to, 2011. Yeah, it was 2011. The last NakaCon I went to, have you heard, what was it called? Metalocalypse or...
Yeah, Metalocalypse.
But Roxo, the rock and roll clown?
Yeah.
We had a guy out there. I didn't recognize what he was cosplaying as until like a couple days after when I was online, because I've never seen Roxo in the actual show. I've seen some episode of Metalocalypse, but it's only like when they were like doing crap like making Nesquik poo going on the fan. I haven't seen very many episodes, and it's kind of a shame because Mark Hamill voices as one of the... I know.
When I saw that, I was like, I need to watch more episodes.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill is like Luke Skywalker. Automatically, you can watch anything he does.
Luke Skywalker, the Joker, insert other character name here. He's done it all, man. He's better than Johnny Bosch Young. Anyway, he told me this joke. It was at the time I didn't know what to cosplay as. I've moved into an entirely different area, and I didn't have anything. I had this mask from my quote unquote stepfather, and he worked in Hollywood special effects.
He didn't do John Carter, did he?
He was responsible for making Spider-Man's suit in the first Spider-Man movie. The Godzilla 2000 movie? The one that nobody likes.
You mean the 1997 or the Godzilla 2000 movie?
2000 movie.
One that was dubbed in English.
No. I'm talking about the new one where they made him look old CGI. The one that was made by the same people who made Stargate and what was that other movie?
It had Ferris Bueller.
Independence Day.
It had Ferris Bueller in it.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Yeah, okay, so he did special effects in that one, and he was one of the baby Godzillas that was running around the place. You know, they actually took actual people and put them in...
Well, yeah, they're not going to pay somebody who... They're just going to get somebody who's already getting paid and put in the...
Yeah, he told me there was, like, too much in the budget, so they made costumes, and that was his specialty. He made mold costumes, and he worked with mold a lot.
Mold?
Molding, plaster...
Oh, I thought you meant, like, mold because the costumes did look like crap.
Yeah, he wasn't responsible for any of that. But anyway, he had this mask, and it's one of those half masks. One was the sun. One side was the sun, and one side was the moon. And it looked freaking badass, but it was like it was too big on my head. Like, it would be like it was 3 inches in circumference, larger than my own head. So I had to take one of those little things that you clip papers with. You know, those little large. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to take that to clamp the back of my head. My hair would get stuck in it. But it was probably the most badass thing I've ever... It was the most badass, one-of-a-kind thing I've ever brought to any place. You know, so I got that. I took a couple of photos.
Oh! The one I got arrested in, my teacher was there, too.
Oh.
It wasn't my teacher, it was my teacher's sister, who always came in. I took a picture of her like 20 minutes before I got arrested.
Wow.
And to tell you the truth, it was like a week after my 16th birthday. It was, I hate May because of it, because May is always bad luck for me. And try telling a cop.
What?
The cop gave me my Miranda rights, too. He gave me my rights when I was sitting in the back of the police car. And he was asking me these, and I was so, like, embarrassed. I was like, what?
He forgot to read you your rights?
No, he didn't. He read me my rights when I was in the car.
Oh, I don't think he can do that. Can he?
I don't know. It was Phoenix Police already sucked.
He has to read your Miranda rights before he, like, during the process of him cuffing you.
No, he cuffed me, like, he's like, do you have any weapon in your pocket? And I'm like, I don't know. I have a finger. Like, I had, like, this little finger, like, this big old ring that had a blade stick, like a little, it was a dull thing. And when he saw it, he, like, pulled me, like, he put me in cuffs and everything. He thought I was going to attack him with it. And I was 5 feet away from the guy.
Oh, man. Yeah, those places are always, they're always very cautious about weaponry.
Wait a minute, but you know what, this is the funny thing. You're talking about how much of a fun time you had, and I'm telling you about the worst time I had.
You didn't make it sound like it was so bad.
It was more embarrassing, but afterwards, I have not been back to Phoenix since.
Well, I mean, I mean, talk about embarrassing. No, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So, part of the costume I decided to just throw on. There was a Halloween I had before it, and I got this convict costume. I didn't buy it to look like a convict. I bought it because it was black and white, or like the black and white striped prisoner look uniform thing.
Yeah. And
I mixed that in with my old clothes, and I was just going on some complete random bullshit kind of thing. And this guy I knew at the time, he says, "Well, what are you supposed to be?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just made it up." And he's like, "Really? Because you kind of look like this crazy guy on this Japanese game show I used to watch." He was in the military, and he was stationed in Japan, so he got to watch a lot of TV there, I guess. So I was like, "Well, thanks, man. You just helped me out. I now have something to tell people." And when I get there, nobody asked what I was. I brought the mask, and they're like, "Cool mask, man," but not one, like, "What the hell are you?" sort of comment or anything like that.
So that was my best time, worst time, your best time. What else can we talk about?
I also, I forgot to mention, they're very uptight with security there.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember when I brought my cane?
Yeah, your big old cane.
Not the big one, but the one that had, like, all those etchings and
yeah.